that takes us to our next losers bracket match, which will be Soundslikepause and ANBU Tiger. Now, I'm really excited about this one.
Specifically, why? Talk to me.
Now, well, Soundslikepause was a Molina player from MKX.
Okay.
And they're I believe one of the other, no, they're the other Canadian to go alongside.
Gotcha.
Now,
I actually know exactly why you're excited for this match.
but that's not why I was excited.
But,
I didn't want to leave Soundslikepause.
Sure.
Now, I'm really excited for ANBU Tiger, aka Titanium Tigers.
Titanium Tigers.
Titanium Tigers. That's a strong tiger.
Yeah, it's
like the Man of Steel, but the Tiger of Titanium. Yeah, no, but the real reason why I'm excited for this, Titanium Tiger's main's Brainiac. Now,
he is a Brainiac main, and there's just something about Brainiac that just gets the gets it for you, you know?
It does. Brainiac is my favorite character in this game.
Like you guys should see him when the intro video comes up, and it's the Brainiac one.
Have I ever not tried to do the Brainiac voice in that intro video?
You failed it every time.
Yeah, but I've tried it every time.
But I mean, you change. You become a different person when that happens. When that trailer happens, it's kind of weird sitting next to you.
You scared? You're scared that I'm gonna steal? Well, you shouldn't be scared. You don't have that much intelligence for me to steal. Sorry, buddy. No, but Titanium Tigers. Now, Titanium Tigers is a Brainiac main. Now, we very rarely see. Actually, this will be our first Brainiac. If they do choose Brainiac, this will be our first Brainiac that we see on Hometown Heroes, except for the wonderful Project Triforce figures. But actually being...
if you guys could also send out a tweet real quick, they've been stolen.
They ran away. They're playing a match somewhere in the back, but we'll get them back. Regardless, Brainiac. Let's talk a little bit about Brainiac, all right? So
yeah,
I'm just excited about Brainiac.
Talk about Brainiac.
I'm trying to get you to talk about Brainiac a little bit.
Okay, so, talk about Brainiac. You sound like those people at an A. Let's just talk about Brainiac, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Let's just, I need my Brainiac fix. But Brainiac is one of the only characters with a completely safe dive kick in an NRS game.
Correct.
Now, meterless safe dive kick is what I should say, because of course we have Black Adam.
Well, technically the meter burn is punishable.
It depends where you hit, I think.
Right, but I'm just saying, like a normal dive kick, yes, they're usually not safe. I mean, Black Adam's like if you hit it at the very bottom of the ankle, like it's safe. But I mean, anywhere this dive kick hits you, it's safe.
Right, as long as you don't meter burn it, which is well, I think at the very top, tippity top of a tall character's head, it's not too safe. But Brainiac, a very cool mix-up character with insane mobility. And just one we don't see very often. Now, I talked to Tigers a little bit before this, and Tigers says that they think Brainiac's top 5. That is one heck of a claim.
You talk about Titanium Tigers like it's multiple people, by the way. I think
yes, I talked to them. I talked to all of them, the Titanium and the Tiger. Or maybe it's multiple Titanium Tigers. Well, right now, it's looking pretty good. Wow, whiff dive kick over into another dive kick, and a nice side switch combo that is pretty optimal. Oh, and the nice, I love that corner setup.
Such a dangerous setup. Why is that so good? Explain to the people.
All right, so obviously I love that setup. It only works off specific knockdowns in the corner, but it is 100% safe to wake-ups. Now, if they do a wake-up, the drone punishes the wake-up and you get a free combo. If they don't do a wake-up, they have to block the drone and then you get a free 50-50 afterwards, which then, of course, can in turn set it up again.
Yeah. And we're seeing a lot of really optimal damage coming out of ANBU Tiger as well. But Soundslikepause not too far out of it. Nice conversion. He waited, and we've seen that whiff before in Hometown Heroes as well. Green Arrows not being patient enough or not knowing exactly when to back 3 after a really high ice arrow. But that's not the case for Soundslikepause.
And this is definitely the more scary situation for Soundslikepause as soon as Tiger gets in. But the big issue here is...
that's literally what I just talked about.
Again, I don't understand how many times you've commentated cursed this season. It's just been insane. We need a count. We need an actual literal count. That's got to be like 7 or 8 now. And we're only on week 6.
Oh, look at that damage. Are you kidding me?
Why was there no clash? That's going to be death and Tigers.
The thing that's most impressive about that specifically is the fact that Brainiac has really tight timings with his forward 3 after EX dive kick.
No, definitely. Forward 3 is actually pretty slow, considerably slower than the back 3. And so you have to be 100% ready for that to hit. It's actually kind of difficult to hit confirm it. A lot of times you'll whiff and get punished.
True. Very true.
But, you know, Soundslikepause definitely didn't get destroyed. Definitely put up a great fight. I don't know why there was no clash at the end. I mean, obviously it was forward 3 and a back 3, but...
He got hit by the drone and then dive kick.
And then the meter burn portion.
Yeah, so
and then
you're right,
so all of those there were potential.
There was like 3 different opportunities he could have. Right. Yeah, he could have.
Maybe he just didn't think that that was going to kill him.
Yeah, that was nuts.
It was a lot. Now, one thing that Soundslikepause has to keep doing is really just control the space. Now, Arrow is the best at controlling space, especially that sort of aerial space that Brainiac wants to play in. Oh, and just like this, oh wow, actually with the jump back 3, nice instant dive kick. Oh, goes for the damage ender. That's a significantly high damage special move.
440, yeah.
But it doesn't really give you the best Oki.
I think what he's trying to do off that is set up some sort of cross-up play.
Very possibly. It does set them up a little bit close, but overall there's not actually enough time to cross up if your opponent rolls. And this is going to be huge. Just checking Tiger with arrows the entire game is going to be really important because that means that Tiger's not going to be able to get that mobility set up, not going to be able to set up the traits.
And he was stuck full screen there. That's what we just saw.
Right, and that is, I think, going to be the best way for Soundslikepause to make this work.
All right, I'm kind of excited for this Brainiac play, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, me too. There's nothing more fun than Brainiac. Nice, just does a raw neutral jump too, and Soundslikepause is actually jumping into it. Nice with jump 3 into dive kick, something we see a lot from Black Adam.
And that was an anti-air dive kick just off the bat. Here comes the setup. Oh, not a huge conversion, but still gets a grab towards the corner. And that down 1 is a true low.
It is one of the few down ones that's actually low. Oh, actually could have maybe got a conversion off of that, but oh, this should be a huge combo. No, big drop by Soundslikepause.
Unfortunate drop now. He's got to fight back, gets a jump in. Here we go, freeze arrow. That's not a teabag. I believe he was trying to load up his arrows.
He was, and he mistimed it. Yeah. So that means he's not going to have an arrow, and that's going to cost him a lot of damage. You see, he wanted to load it, but he just wasn't safe. He can still make it happen. Fire arrows are a big risk here. An ice arrow, one landing would be the kill.
Oh, jump back. No one's home. Wait a second.
Standing 1 into meter burn slide. Whatever works. And one more hit can do it for either player.
Oh, no, the dive kick goes over.
It went to the other side and made the spin whiff. Wow, not the wake up that should have been used right there. Slide might have been a little bit more safe, but just really wanted that guaranteed chip even if Tigers was trying to block and bait it. So really great Oki at the very end right there.
Yeah, that was a crazy situation because by using that dive kick, he actually reversed the wake up side from Green Arrow and then immediately burned the meter, which is kind of where a lot of some nutty mix-ups we've seen. I've seen you do it as well, where you purposely whiff to one side so that it crosses up on the other when you burn the meter.
Right. Yeah. No. That is one of the coolest things about Brainiac is just all these nutso air mobility mix-ups and just everything like that.
Do you still think this is a character?
Yeah, I believe this is a character.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but the one big thing here that I would really like to see from Soundslikepause is there are a lot of tools that are very, very strong from Green Arrow that kind of shoot at the sky. So for instance, you have the Savage Blast, right, which is the retreating blast, but you actually have the Sky Savage Blast, which is a projectile upwards into the air at kind of an angle, and that controls the entirety of Brainiac's approach. But I don't even know if Soundslikepause has used it a single time. Instead, just getting caught by a lot of dive kicks.
Now, sorry, what I was trying to say earlier is you thought this was a character that fit me very well. I'm still curious if you feel that way.
Possibly. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Brainiac's definitely a character that we're still seeing really develop.
Yeah, and that's the reason I brought that up is because I want people to come up with all the juicy tech, and then I'll just steal it like normal. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Well, you know what? There's a lot of juicy tech out there already. I mean, Tiger is already using a lot of it. A lot of really nice setups.
And waking up just to build some meter, I think maybe to try to avoid the low flame arrow, but that was, he knew he was.
It was a pretty safe bet because that's also a wake up that moves you forward. So maybe got a little bit more space, built a little bit of meter, and it potentially could have worked. But actually,
you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Brainiac, though, one of the only characters in the game with no true wake up. And Soundslikepause really taking this game back, but still, one more hit, maybe 2 more hits of unclashable damage could be all it takes. There we go. Oh, yeah. Seeing the upwards blast. That is that hits that Brainiac angle perfect.
Oh, and he just got right over it. Goes for another dive kick. Gets punished with a meter burn back 3. Good read by Soundslikepause.
No. Oh, getting caught, but now it's just down to chip damage for Tiger.
Oh, and there it is. Jump 3 gets it. As Soundslikepause finally puts a round on the board.
And very, very smart usage, running away a lot more. Still, though, there are more tools that we could even potentially see.
That's one of the most beautiful digital apples I've ever seen, by the way.
Like,
Like, Green Arrow,
pulling me out.
Green Arrow is one of my favorite characters in the game just because of his win pose in that apple.
That apple just makes you really just want apples?
Not necessarily. It just looks.
You just like
it just
the
looks
apple.
clean. Like it looks very crisp. It looks like a real apple.
It's a waste of an apple, though, I gotta admit. I mean,
You don't know that.
well, what, you think he's gonna eat it? Like, eat it off the arrow afterwards? I guess
Yeah.
he's gotta get the arrow back somehow. All right, so still match point here for ANBU Tiger, and Soundslikepause, he's made the good adaptation, and we're still seeing a lot more tools work out for him that didn't in the first 2 games. What? I think that was a mistake.
That was, I don't know. It looked like maybe potentially a read.
Maybe, and it did work out, but generally you do tend to see that when you try to do an instant air dive kick, which is up, down, back 2, and instead you just get grounded down, back 2. Nice, good dive kick, but one of the biggest downsides of Brainiac is the fact that the character is very meter dependent. And the reason why we saw a few dive kicks land there but no full conversion is Tigers just didn't have the meter.
Yeah. And he's not a character that necessarily... He's not a like heavy meter building character. Like he definitely can, but it's not to the extent of some of the other characters that like build bars like they're nothing.
Right, the character has no true projectiles except for trait, but of course since it's trait, it's not actually building him any meter when he brings them out, only if they actually get blocked or hit.
And they go away, so...
They do, yeah, so most of the time they are not going to get blocked or actually land. And then on the other side of it, he's not a character who really has any plus frames. Only one thing, and you don't really follow it up, so you don't see this continued pressure that ends up building a lot of meter. But the end drone came across.
I love the sound that they make, though.
I know, they're great.
And that's actually one of the few things that is plus, is shoulder meter burn.
No, actually, it's not. It's just safe.
It's
like
just
-3.
safe.
Right. It's the drill meter burn, which is very, very similar. You see them used in almost the same situations, but the drill meter burn is the one that's plus.
You're right, you're right.
Yeah. Both of the kind of combo enders right there. If the meter burn charge was safe, that would be really good get-in tool. It's still a relatively good get-in tool. It spaces you out to a pretty good spot. Oh, and that should be potentially... Oh, no, not quite death. There was not any
So close, meter burn roll in. And that is it. Look at that. Soundslikepause now 2-2.
And these matches are just going by so fast. It's because Brainiac is a character that really puts himself into these risky situations, either win or lose. It's going to be damage for somebody.
Yeah. Hey, remember when you lied to everyone and said that the meter burn dive kick was like plus or safe or something?
That wasn't me.
Yeah, no, that was you.
It was not me.
It was the very first week this game came
No,
out. You were
no,
the only one playing him.
No, everybody else was saying that it was plus.
And you believed them.
No, I
spread
didn't.
misinformation.
No, at the very first day I said it's -8. I was telling everybody that it was punishable. But that was funny, though. Once upon a time, everybody said, oh, normal dive kick is punishable and meter burn is plus. And it's like, wait a minute. No, it's the other way around.
That's not how anything works.
Yeah. So, yeah, just for those of you out there who don't know that, normal dive kick by itself is safe. Oh, okay. So, let's talk about this, another switch. Now, we're switching from Brainiac to Black Adam. What an intense switch. So,
yeah, you go from a top tier to a low tier. I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Just wants to give a low tier like Black Adam that we very rarely see a chance.
He just wants to give this character some shine, you know?
Right. Now, earlier in this bracket, Tigers did lose to Mr. Snacks, who we saw earlier, and he started off with Black Adam instead of Brainiac. Now, he went down 2 games, then won 2 in a row with Brainiac, then lost the 3rd one. So he really regrets using Bladum instead of Brainiac. But
I thought you were going to say like Branium or something.
Branium? Yeah. Brain Adam? Brain Adam, wow.
That's not even funny. Why am I laughing?
It's pretty funny. So yeah, I really didn't expect Tigers to go Black Adam at all because he was talking to me. Yeah, Bradham at all. Oh, that was like Sonic Boom Bradham. Oh, yeah, that would have been good if he played him in this game.
He does play Adam in this game.
Oh no, he does! All right, we should have thought about that. All right, but Tigers, the pick is working out really well for him. like I was saying, I didn't expect him to actually pick Black Adam after regretting choosing it so much earlier in the bracket, but I guess, you know, sometimes you see that there's an adaptation from your opponent, you realize they learn how to fight, and I could definitely see how that could be a tough matchup for Brainiac. Like we were saying, the space control, especially that anti-air space control from Green Arrow, is some of the best in the entire game.
Yeah, and he's using it to great effect here against Adam. And one thing about switching characters as well, it is working out for Tiger so far. But when your opponent adapts to one character, there's a certain change of pace that occurs when you switch characters, and that can sometimes throw them off as well.
That is true, and nice. That is the second time in a row that we've seen an ice arrow catch a jump back. That one actually caught a dive kick.
Flame arrows now, and he is walking Tiger into the corner, so this could be a potentially good situation there, jumping over all of the low lightnings. And all the interactables as well. Nice avoidance.
Oh, and that one went underneath. That's almost going to be the kill. Oh, that is the kill!
Is so much damage. Just like that. Did he have Clash?
I do not know. No. There was no Clash. There was no Clash. Definitely not. I remember thinking about it. But no Clash. Used absolute maximum meter to get that kill. Very, very smart from Tiger. And a very good switch.
Was ridiculous.
Oh, that was an absolutely beautiful combo. So I love seeing the Brainiac play, and I love this is a game where it's very smart if you have a character that people don't see too much to have them on deck and then have a very solid top tier character just as sort of a backup for situations like that.
There's so many players that have that. There's also players that have pocket top tiers on top of playing a top tier, so it gets dangerous. It gets dangerous real fast.